Hello everybody, welcome to another Making Monday Lovable video. And today's video I call it the power of deeply listening. And as usual, it comes from a situation that I experienced in my life. In my life, I see it as one whole thing. So my work is part of my life. It's nothing separate. My friendships are part of my life. My family, my acquaintances, my clients, the surrounding I live in, my apartment, the city, everything is part of my life. So if I experience something in one part of my life, it usually reflects also on the other parts of my life. And I like to think about how it actually affects the other parts of my life. And this situation made me think about the word listening and truly listening, and that there is actually a difference between listening and hearing. Hearing is just the ability to perceive sound, so you hearing me speak, when we hear music or birds chirping, any types of sound that we perceive, unless we have a hearing disability and we can't hear. And then there's listening, which is so much more. It goes so much deeper, because listening is actually a very active and conscious process to me. It's all personal opinion as usual. It is super conscious and super precise and very, very powerful. So when I look at it in my work life, being a scientific illustrator, I constantly listen to my clients. I don't only have to hear the words that they say, the science that they mean, understand the meaning of the words and the ideas, but I have to listen and really get in everything. Because behind those words, there's different pictures and meanings, and there's different visions. A client coming to me and asking for help, it's also a little bit of a vulnerability, even though they pay me for my services. But to admit I can't do it, I need help with someone, and to have the space that I listen to this as well, to this human being, because it's not just a client, some random person, client ABC. It's a personality, it's a other living being. Even though if we're creating an illustration, I really need to listen to the person, to their dreams, to their visions, to what they are doing, why they are doing it, and really take in everything, so that I can make sure that I create an illustration that represents either the product, or the product and the research, or their dream again, and their vision of what they are doing and why they are doing it, to really have like everything in it, and capturing also the energy of the person and the energy of the why are they doing what they are doing, their passion as well. And for all of that, it's very necessary for me to listen deeply and to ask questions, to reflect when I don't understand something, to not feel shame when I don't understand something, because that gives the other person a feeling of being listened to. If I passively just sit there and hear what they say and take my notes and don't reflect back and don't interact, it's a really bad way of doing business and doing this human-to-human interaction, because there's these different layers of such an interaction. Again, it's on a business level, but it's also on a personal level, and it's on a human-to-human level, on a very emotional level as well. So it's all these levels of this interaction, and this listening is really important. And then I had this situation this week. When I went to India in April, I got to know a lady, and she showed me a book that she was carrying around like almost all her life. She was 77. She is 77 years old, and she's carrying this book around and taking notes. And like the first page, the cover page already got ripped off because she read it and used it and reused it so often. And this book is called Focusing by Eugene something. I don't remember. I am bad at remembering names of authors and such. And I looked into it, and I was immediately fascinated. So when we went back, she lives in Ireland, I live in Sweden, she actually sent me that book. And because I got really interested in it, and when I got the book, I read it, and I was just blown away. And what focusing is, it's a very conscious process of, there's 6 steps that you need to go through, and it's basically to learn to listen to your body. What does it say? Why does it say it? How does it feel? Any emotion, any feeling, any disturbance on a very physical level is something that the focusing is there to focus on, and to try to find a word, a description, a picture, a scent, moving picture, whatever it is that you associate with it, and to describe it and to share it, to work through it and see if there is a possibility to shift it, to make it change. If it's an uncomfortable feeling, why is it there? How does it flow in the whole body? Because our body is basically this antenna, this system of perceiving everything, and it gets everything that we don't get on our conscious level. It understands. The body knows, okay, I feel a weird pain in my stomach when I meet with that person. Why is that? There's something off. Our body is usually the first computer system that knows. And then and working through this, and then make it shift and change into something maybe more comfortable, or release certain issues that we have. And then focusing, it's possible to have focusing partners. So me and Catherine, this lady I met, we're focusing partners. So we do this sometimes. And you can do the focusing yourself as well, alone. And it's going through 6 steps. But also in the book was a reference to a group that's meeting once per month, sorry. The Changes group, and I decided to join it 4 months ago. So I did it the 4th time this week, and it's basically what it is. It's an online space of 1 hour every month where strangers from the whole world meet and focus together. There's different options. Either you focus one-on-one or 1-on-2, or you have an empathy circle where several people are involved and 3 choose to focus, and then you have, for each person that's focusing and going through all these steps in the process, you have 1 person that's listening, and it's an active listener. So the listener asks the focuser, how do you need help with grounding yourself to feeling into your body? How do you want me to listen to you? And then the person that's focusing says, could you please repeat what I say? Could you just say what you observe? It's all about not judging, not delivering any solutions, but just be present and be there and to listen to another person. And this first 3 times that I did this focusing in that group, I was an observer. I was looking how people were doing it, because I felt this, I wasn't really sure if I can do it. Now this week I decided to focus and have another person listening, and then listen to another person as well myself. It was freaking amazing. It was mind-blowing, because you have this online space, this pocket in the world, in the internet that's there, where strangers meet and just give each other time to focus, to listen to their body, to feel into whatever they are perceiving. And you have somebody actively listening to you, reflecting back to you, and you have this group and this immense capability of actually truly listening. And I was able to witness another person's transformative 10-12 minutes where they were going through all kinds of things like a roller coaster, and I was there and asking questions and kind of guiding them, listening actively, and that person was so relieved in the end. It was a really, really powerful moment, and also when somebody listened to me. So I wanted to share this because it is such an important and powerful thing to truly listen to another person. In the times where we are so distracted by so many things and don't have time, and we're busy and productive and short videos and that, if you have this presence of another human being, and if you give this presence to another human being, it's beyond how powerful that is. And that was just something that I really wanted to share with you. And if you have any questions, thoughts, experiences with that, feel free to let me know. And I wish you a nice Monday otherwise, and a great week ahead, and talk to you next week. Bye bye.